All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig from Guna Eagle Eye, coming to you again with a brand new video. That's right, you're through to the chopping block. Now, my intention wasn't necessarily to do a chopping block now, this soon, today. In fact, my intention was to do a preview, go about my business, talk about some of the things that, Emre wanted to comment on in terms of the injuries and who we got back. And then the issue of transfers came up. More importantly than that, Emre answered the question. Do Arsenal have any money to spend in January? The same transfer window where we need to bring in, I would suggest, at least one centre back, somebody to inspire the team and lift them to beyond their current performance level. And the response was, we have no money to spend. Huh? How do we have nothing to spend? Enos Stanley Kroenke, I need you to the front of the congregation. I want to have a word with you. Our Arsenal owner is Stanley Kroenke, Missouri boy, owner of other sports teams such as the Avalanche. I can't even remember what they're called. The Avalanche. Sorry, the Carrot. Let me start that again. The Colorado Avalanche. Colorado. Why can't I not say that name? Denver Nuggets. The Colorado Rapids of the MLS. And the LA Rams. Oh, I'm sorry. They are also they're also flipping that. They've also got a team. We've also Stan is also in charge of the Colorado Mammoth from the National Lacrosse League. I have no idea what the National Lacrosse League is. Stan is said to be worth in the region of $8.5 billion, which, give or take, works out to be a little less than £7 billion. And that's just him. I'm not even going to talk about what his wife is worth. That's one for you to Google. Now, as you can see, I'm pretty pissed off. I'm pretty pissed off that a club like Arsenal have nothing to spend. How is that possible? How is it that possible that we have nothing? Forget City money, forget United money, nothing to spend. How? If we are to complete a deal today, it's going to be a loan deal. How? And I've seen the articles that you want to spit my way and say, oh, well, due to the mishandling of the previous regime, we are currently in the situation that we're in, and subsequently we're having to manage a very high wage bill that we're trying to get down in order to cope with FFP. The fact that we're not in the Champions League has hurt us severely because we were dependent on that money. Since we don't have that income anymore, it has had a detrimental impact onto the team. Okay, let's tackle the obvious thing first. The mismanagement of previous financial funds. Am I being stupid, or was the people in the last regime Were they not also working for Stan? Am I being stupid? Because Stan didn't turn up 2 minutes ago. Yes, I understand that, oh, okay, well, he only completed the ownership deal late last year, and, you know, he was a main investor. But he was a main investor. He had a controlling stake of the club. I don't know about you man. There ain't a single person that can come here and try and spend my money. And if they did, I don't care if I won the lottery and I had buyers like accountants and people like that. Are you telling me that I'm going to be so dumb that I'm going to just let people get away with spending money and I have absolutely no fucking say on where that money's being spent, how that money's being spent? No say whatsoever. The same billionaire that I became, that I'm just going to let someone else handle my business that I have spent money trying to acquire. For the better part of 3 years, he's been trying to acquire Arsenal. He's finally done it now. But in that journey, not one part of him said to himself, you know what? Boy, I'm just going to leave Ivan Gazidis to spend my money on God knows who the fuck I want to spend it on. Don't give me that. Don't give me that, because that is some of the excuses that people are giving to me that, oh, well, you know, what Stan clearly did was he just let Ivan spend how he wanted to spend. He let Wenger spend how he wanted to spend. And isn't it fucking ironic that we're talking about Wenger spending? It weren't so long ago that some people were saying that Wenger is Stanley's perfect manager because he never spends money. He never gives people money. He never goes out and buys what is necessary. All of a sudden, Wenger's this spending tyrant. He's this person that's mismanaged everything. And don't get it twisted, people. He clearly has mismanaged a lot. You know, for years, this has gone back for years. People like Nicholas Bentner picking up £50,000 a week. People like Matteo Flamini picking up £70,000 a week. This has gone on for years. But people weren't spitting them bars back in the day. It's only now that Stan's getting called out that people are like, oh, well, you know, that Wenger's this mismanagement of the club. He's the one that's run the club into the ground. He's this, that, and the other. My question is, where the fuck was Stan? Mr. I'm going to be on the board and I'm going to block all contact of another investor to make sure that the club's interests are held and at the best, the best interests of the club are held in high regard. And that's why I'm not going to let another investor just waltz his way onto the board. I don't care if he has 30%. So he cared about the board. He cared about his own place in the club that much that he made sure he knew what the hell was going on there. Why would he not make sure that the club is spending the money in the right, especially if you're self-sufficient? I don't even understand the mentality of that. That's like me, if I'm on a budget today of groceries, right? And then my other half is just spending money on God knows what. God knows what. And I'm wondering, why the fuck do I have no money? Oh, you know what? My other half makes banging food. I'm just going to let her get on with it. Until the third month, I'm like, hold on, why is it that I never have any money? Am I a dickhead? Or am I not going to, at some point, check in and find out why is it that I have no money? Why is it that whenever we're looking in the kitchen for groceries, I can't seem to find what it is I want, but you're telling me you're doing the food shopping? I mean, this is not fucking rocket science, people. All people are sending me is oh, well, an article to this, an article to that. And don't get it twisted, people. 100% agree with you. The fact that Mesut Özil, let's call a spade here, regardless of what debate you want to have over Mesut Özil, what is apparent today is we never, ever could have afforded Mesut Özil. We can't afford him. We cannot afford Mesut Özil. £350,000 a week. Are you kidding? We're not United. We don't move like that. And it's because of a deal like a Mesut Özil that we're in the situation we're in. But you want to try and tell me that that ain't stands for. Why? This mismanagement that has happened didn't start yesterday. I'm going to keep saying that. That's going to be the theme of this fucking video. It didn't start yesterday. Stan Kroenke, to me, has a lot to answer for. And also, apart from anything, why is it that we're the only ones that seem to have this issue? I thought the FFP was for everybody. But whenever I'm looking around, it's always Arsenal that there's a problem. When it comes to transfers, Arsenal has the problem. We never quite get everything that we need, or we never go that extra mile to get the player that we need. And that is why we're always going to be lagging behind. You can't tell me that we're not going to have this same conversation next year. You're not going to tell me we're not going to have the same conversation the year after, because the man does not care. People are sending me articles, as I keep saying, that, oh, well, if you were Stan, why would you pump money into the club? Let me think. If I have a target, why would I not invest to make sure that I reach said target? No one's asking for a ridiculous spending spree. No one's asking for you to spend 900 million, 800 million, 600 million. All people are asking for is spend the money for the man to buy. We have accepted long ago that we ain't going to be matching your Liverpools, your Cities, your Uniteds when it comes to the transfer market. Long ago. What I don't understand is when we suddenly became cash converters for the Premier League division. When did that happen? We have to sell to buy all the time. Sell to buy, sell to buy, sell to buy. This is the dream that you sold us. The dream that you sold us. Yes, you sold us, Stan. I don't care if Ivan was the one that said it. It was a dream, presumably, that you sold us. This idea that, oh, well, Ivan did what he wanted is bollocks. I'm sorry. And I know that, a big friend of the show, Lee, is going to be making a video that's going to say the exact opposite of what I'm saying. And I've had this debate with him already over WhatsApp. It is bullshit, in my opinion. I love the brother, but it's bullshit. You can't tell me that Ivan went behind my man's back and thought, you know what? He's not really giving us money, but you know what? He'll never know. He'll never check the financial results. He's more bothered about his other teams anyway. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to give Mesut Özil £350,000 a week. If he had his option, he would have given Aaron Ramsey £200,000 a week. Whether you believe he's worth that or not, that would have happened had they not caught that in time. We gave Mohamed El Nene £60,000 a week. Some idiot thought it'd be a good idea to give Carl Jenkinson £50,000 a week. Carl fucking Jenkinson. Come on. Don't tell me that this is not Stan's fault. Because to me, if I'm an owner, I'm like, cool. I need to know every detail of what exactly. Just on a very basic level, just give me an idea of what the expenses are. Where we're losing the most amount of money. I don't care if I've invested £1. I want to know that shit. If I'm a majority shareholder, surely that's going to be the type of thing that I'm going to want to know. And yeah, okay, you're going to tell me, oh, well, doesn't Stan deserve some credit? Yes, he deserves some credit now that the fire's there, that Josh is in place. He deserves some credit now that the fire's there, that Raul's in place. He deserves some credit now that the fire's there, that Vinjai, or whatever his name is, there. But where was all this shit before? What was he doing before? Bullshit. You're the lead investee of a business. Regardless, you were the decision maker. It was your decision to give Arsene Wenger another year to mismanage this club. It was your decision, Stan, to give him an increase on his wages to mismanage this club again for another year. If he was this devil, these are all your decisions. So you can't understand why people are pissed. You can't understand why people are pissed. Because every time it seems like we're making some sort of progress, some bullshit like this comes out and you're like, what the fuck? So we have no choice. We're going to have to grit and bear it. We're going to have to just do what we do because this is what we do as Arsenal fans. As Arsenal fans, we're constantly left feeling disappointed. We're constantly felt let down by this man that refuses to spend money. Instead of fucking off and just do what you're doing in America and leave us to it. Leave it to someone who's going to invest in the club. We've already lost out on a Russian guy that would have done that. Clearly your interest is not here. We're a cash cow. The thing that you can look upon so that we're just an asset for you, for the bank, so that when banks start questioning your investments, you can point to Arsenal and say, look, you see that club? Self-sustaining, no debts. Can you see that? That's all we are to you. And if you don't care, don't be surprised by the people who do. Don't be surprised by the venom, the anger that people have towards you. What this has demonstrated to me is if after all this time, we still are acting like Bolton. We are still acting like Burnley. We're acting like the paupers of the Premier League, the cash converter of the Premier League. Then what is the point? Literally, what is the point? So we can't even forget winning the league. We can't even do enough to get top four. The thing that you want in order to generate more money. Forget winning the league for a second. Just spend a little bit of money to get into that top four. We're not asking for a lot here. We're not asking for something that's unrealistic here. I was left so disappointed at work today when it popped up on my phone that Emre said all we had left was loan signings. Loan signings, not even particularly exciting loan signings. Let's be fucking honest here. Dennis Suarez as a loan signing. Do you think that Chinese club is going to let Cannavaro go through a loan? You must be joking. Loan signings is what we're reduced to. For what? What are we waiting for now? Are we waiting for a payday? Is that going to be in the summer? Where we attempt to spend a reasonable amount of money on reasonable players? Self-sustaining is no problem. And I've always said, for me, I have no issue with a club that wants to make sure that they're not breaching financial fair play. But when you're part of the problem that could put us in this problem, stop giving me articles defending this man. When you refuse to put in money from your pocket into the club, tells me all I need to know about you as a character. You don't care. You don't care. And I realized that. I realized that a while ago, but I now realize that. And people, don't get it twisted. If by some miracle in 18 months I'm rewatching this and I make a video laughing and joking with Lee Gunn and talking about fucking hell, I completely and utterly overreacted, I'd love it. But let's be real. I'm going to have the same fucking conversation with you guys again. I'm going to have the same bitching, the same annoyance, the same anger towards this old man that refuses to leave the club. And who would have thought? If I said that last year, you would have thought I was talking about Arsene Wenger. Stan, you have demonstrated that you do not care about this club. You are not prepared to invest. And if anything, you are part of the problem that put us in this situation in the first place. You eventually managed to appoint someone to do your dirty work and get rid of Werner. You eventually appointed someone to do your dirty work and get rid of Ivan. Things, mind you, that I'd been personally calling for years, particularly with those two. There's only one piece of that puzzle left. You, my friend, need to get the fuck out of a club because you don't care. You don't care. But we do. We need to end this banter era because until we do, I'm sorry, it pains me to say, it breaks my heart to say, but Arsenal will never, ever win the Premier League with this man still in charge. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave you to it. If you like this video, I can't imagine you have, so just spent the most amount of time just screaming. But leave a comment in the description below. Crush that like button, destroy it for me. Hit that subscribe button. I'm out of here. Take care.